Hello, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us. It's very much appreciated. And our next guest, you might know from our last festival, and she has joined us on the Keep On Chatting shows also. I'm going to bring the lovely lady herself on screen. We now have the lovely Michelle Roos. Hello.
Hey, how is everyone tonight or this morning or whatever time we're in right now?
I don't know why the last people I introduced and yourself, I said that. I don't know why. It just all came flooding out.
That's perfect because we really don't know what time it is for anybody.
No, really don't. I have no idea now.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, how are you, firstly?
I am wonderful and I'm excited to actually be on here again. I love chatting with you and
Thank you.
we actually have some extra surprises tonight.
We do.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Okay. Oh, we've got people. Jolene is in the comments saying she's excited for this. Good. Somebody said good night. Oh, here she is. That's who I was looking for. Candy is in the room.
Yes, she is.
She's in the comments. She's there. She is doing her job. She is on fire. Look at this. She's already put your link on before
Yes.
we get a chance to ask you anything.
I think she's trying for a raise. I'm not sure how that works when you're a volunteer.
It has still not happened yet. Is she still
No,
waiting?
she is. We actually, our Iowa chapter, we were just at a paranormal Q&A. So we were all together and we were answering questions, for people because of the Halloween season. It seems like people think ghosts just come around during that time. So we did a lot of that, and of course, I knew she'd be ready to get some of those links up for us.
Oh, bless her. So you said you've just come from an event.
Yes, it was more of a paranormal question and answer. People,
Mm-hmm.
we were showing our different types of equipment that we use. We explained how we would use those. We also explained how we would use psychics during an event or even a private. Since we do a lot of private clients, we kind of explained, in detail how we proceed with it. And so a lot of people don't, they just see some of the stuff on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of times it's, a lot of people think everything's over in an hour. And so we just kind of discuss those different things, how things work, like how we deal with children in the situation, or, we go through and try to find all the stuff to debunk to kind of make that family feel at ease, and how we end up figuring out what type of cleansing we do, what type of blessings we do. And then we also do follow-ups. We always check on that family, going down the road. We just don't cleanse and leave and hope everything's okay.
And you, like you said, you do a lot of private cases.
Yes.
So you go out and you help families and things, don't you? And
yes, we get a lot of calls, and sometimes it's because maybe they just lost a loved one. And so a lot of times when people are grieving, they make themselves a little bit more open. And so, whether the loved one is coming in to say a final goodbye, or they open, kind of their own little portal and brings other things in. And, I know we spoke about this before.
mm-hmm.
If you have light, you have darkness.
Yeah.
And sometimes they kind of mix together.
About the good and the bad, the positive and the negative. So whatever you put out is what you receive, and it's the same when you're out and you're investigating. That whatever you're putting out there, expect to get it back.
Mm-hmm.
That's a subject that's been covered a few times today, but everyone has different opinions.
Well, and a lot of the stuff that I see and a lot of our team sees, I really wrap around the self manifestation.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
if you have human spirits in your home or on the land, you know, they have their own energy. But when we start mixing our energy, because we have so many different types, we can change a human spirit in a home to be one way or the other. Sometimes, if it's residual, you don't change anything. But if, you know, if we start feeding certain things into it, it can actually change that energy of the spirit to become more negative. And, you know, that's like if you're really scared, or if there's a lot of fighting in a home, or, you know, just different types of disturbances, it can make a change and it does shift the way the energy is. And so sometimes it's not going there with all of our equipment to just catch evidence. We also concentrate on the family unit because we have to heal them to be able to get rid of what's in their home. You can't just do one side. So we kind of do a little bit on both sides. And a lot of that is kind of that counseling and preparing them how to react, and what different changes can we do or recommend to them to help them get rid of it.
And like you said, there is counselling involved. It's not a case of you go in, you fix it, you leave. It doesn't work like that. You
No.
actually, you go in, you do your research before you even go in, and then you do whatever you can whilst you're there. And it's not, what people don't realize, it's not a case of you go and visit these people once, you follow up, you
Mhm.
return, you do whatever you possibly can to help them. And if it's a continuous thing, you do have to keep having repeat visits and so on. And you do stay in contact with them, even though things may have calmed or appeared to have been sorted out then, you'll still stay in touch. They've still got that support network there at
Yes.
any time they ever want to reach out again.
Yes. We do. I do a lot of calls. Sometimes it's just hearing another voice on the other side, you know, making them feel that they're not going crazy. Because, you know, even though we're in the field and this is something we're used to, you know, some families are not used to it at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, our brains want to analyze everything. And, you know, so they're like, am I going crazy? Is this really happening? What's changed? And sometimes just hearing somebody's voice on the other side say, I understand. And nothing you say is going to be crazy. So just say it.
Yeah.
And sometimes just getting that out helps a lot.
So, and that's the important thing. Like you said, it's a case of going out and helping people, and it's important.
Oh, yes.
There are people like yourselves, and there are teams like you that go out and, in a way, do it spirit rescue. And you're not just helping the family. Sometimes you're helping the spirits as well, because
Yes.
it's not a case of helping just the living. You help the passed on as well, don't you?
Yes, we do. We actually, especially myself, if there is a spirit trapped, I do actually try to help it to the light. Because at the same time, a lot of them, that's why we call them lost souls,
Hmm.
because depending on the situation, you know, they don't know that they're trapped somewhere. So I do a lot of that, trying to get them to go towards the light, to give them the peace also. So you're working both sides.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to have a look. See what you've started, Michelle. My husband's commented saying, "Can I have a raise too?" No, Candy's not having one, and neither are you. This is an ongoing thing, isn't it? This
Yes.
conversation you and I have.
Oh, yes.
So Joe says information is key, and people should understand how to deal with spirit.
Yes. And, you know, even though when we do events, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, why are you doing that? You're showcasing it. Well, we don't do those types of events. When we actually do an event, we actually help educate the people who are coming.
Yeah.
And it's really surprising that a lot of our events, because they are smaller, they're more intimate, people are coming because they're looking for answers for themselves. There never has been a time that we haven't left an event that we hadn't had at least 3 to 5 people come up to us and say, these are the things that I've experienced. This is what I think is happening. We even had a case where someone came to an event because they were actually thinking about killing themselves.
Wow.
And they were wondering if they would have been a trapped soul. And they have never been to an event. They've never dabbled in the paranormal. And it was kind of a crazy experience for me because I knew something wasn't right with this person. I kept seeing this person dying. And I thought, this never happens to me in an event. And it had me off a little bit. Finally was able to talk to this person, and they're like, yes, I've tried a couple times, but I don't know, will I be trapped or can I move on and have peace?
Wow.
So not all these events are for money and for all this. We actually put that educational piece in. We show people how to respect the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go in there with myself and we have another psychic medium, we actually can start telling a story that can happen. You know, we might know one piece of the story, but we're also telling the other story, why this person might be here, what happened. And we give a life to this spirit because it used to be alive.
Yeah.
So, and people go back and forth with the whole, well, events are bad. Well, it depends on how you run them and who runs them. I can't speak for everyone, but
No.
I know for my team, that's how we do it.
Yeah. Like I said, you can like I said, you can only speak for yourselves. And this is someone's commented. Ingrid has said, "Thank God for Michelle and her team. I feel better than I ever have. I am finally free."
Oh, I love you, Ingrid. And yes, you are free. She's had a battle. What a beautiful soul. And she has battled for a long time, but she has come out on the other side. And now, with the understanding and being more powerful for herself,
Mm-hmm.
she has become a warrior.
Oh. And she's also put, understanding it all helps so much when you're going through hell.
Yes.
Bless her. Joe would like to know, why do poltergeist attachments happen?
That again depends on the energy source that's around.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what kind of energy you're pushing off, a lot of the poltergeists, even though it means noisy ghost,
Yeah.
you have that particular one. But a big number of poltergeist activity and attachments are what's happening with a self manifestation. So as you're going through certain things, what you're starting to kind of ooze out can actually change that and make it more of a poltergeist type of activity. And we don't realize that we can actually do those things. And so there's like 2 different sides to that whole poltergeist thing.
See, that's really interesting because, like I said, it's people don't realize that they could actually be causing that energy to be like that.
Yeah.
It might not have been like that before they lived there or before they went there, and so on. It's about, a lot of it is about education, isn't it? In teaching people.
Yes, because we have always been told one story, or we've seen only one story. I mean, you think about like your movies, they go with the same trend of there's a ghost, it's mad, it's going to do harm. But not realizing when you have a young family and there was a human spirit there, but it thinks it's home, it's going to show some type of that poltergeist activity
Yeah,
because I want to let you know I'm here.
yeah.
But
You're in my
as
house. What are you doing here? Get out, type of thing.
correct,
That's what it is. They don't understand what you're doing there
yeah,
sometimes.
they don't see your furniture, they don't see your stuff, it's their home.
Yeah,
But then because of that spirit being open in that home, it actually creates its own little type of portal. So there is that light. As the family starts reacting to it with fear and despair and everything going on, that little portal of light where this human spirit is stuck can actually bring other things in. And so then you're starting to create this domino effect. And that's kind of what happens. We start seeing both sides going in there.
Okay. We've got Drew says, Michelle, what do you do for the Warren Legacy Foundation?
Well,
it was bound to be asked.
I'm actually on the board of directors, and I also am part of the North America, helping with the teams in North America. Okay. So, and I help with cases around the world.
And if you want to know more about the Warren Foundation, come on today. I don't even know what I'm talking about today. Yeah. And Chris McKinnell is on this afternoon, so you can ask him any questions you may have about the foundation. Getting back to you, Michelle, and your team. Drew said, what is the story behind the powder you use? I have no idea.
Well, since it's really late, I will explain it. So we do a lot of stuff that's old school, using baby powder, different little things, instead of all technology. And they had asked me to get the powder, but there was no baby powder. So all I could see was feminine powder. So I just grabbed it and went. And
okay.
So they make fun of me because I brought the feminine powder to a actual.
Oh, wow. It's powder. What more do they want? It's probably the same stuff anyway, just in a different bottle.
Well, and it was cool breeze. So I was telling everybody, if something crosses over, we'll be able to smell it and see it.
Sorry, God. I wasn't really sure what you were going to say then. So I was like quite surprised at what you did say. I was like, okay, it's a bit of an odd question.
I made it very, well, that wasn't exactly what I called the powder, but since I wasn't sure here, I was very nice about it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for being very nice and very polite, but that did make me
welcome.
Eddie says, being there for others is more rewarding than capital gains.
Very true. Very true. See, just like the team itself, and even as we, like they asked me about the Warren Foundation, when we help private clients, we charge them nothing. They never get a charge. They even get us as psychics. We do not charge to go in their home to help them out. So, we do our other psychic work on the side for something different. But when it comes to help somebody in need, we never charge.
Okay, Candace, one thing I like watching Michelle do is how she's so sensitive with breaking sensitive information to individuals. Yeah, but you've got one of those calming voices, haven't you? You make people feel relaxed.
Yes.
You always make me feel relaxed. I'm just going on personal experience. I'm speaking for myself, basically. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm talking for me. Okay. Joe says, can a demonic entity take the form of someone you love in a physical body? That's a good question.
It can. And it can, because I call them shapeshifters.
Yeah, same.
And so what they've done, and especially when it's a negative energy, if it's trying to get you to welcome it in so it can take more over, it can go, if, it could make itself look like a child. It could make it look like it's a loved one coming to see you if you've lost a loved one. Because if you're grieving and you want to speak to them, when you start doing that welcoming, that's their way in. We see this a lot. Someone, will say, well, it was my father and I just lost him. But, he's been coming to me every night and I've been talking to him and I love that he's around me. But now things are changing. He's not being nice anymore. And his look is changing. And that is because you're going to start showing its true self. And that's when things start getting really bad. I have seen that happen. I've dealt with it. And it is really a really bad thing because now you're dealing with someone's feelings on top of, actually dealing with the negative energy at the same time.
Okay, Ingrid says, yes, agrees. She was wonderful with me. Oh, bless her. I'm putting this one up because I read it and it did make me chuckle.
What's it say?
It says, Michelle, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Just kidding. What crystal protection items do you have on you often and why? That's Austin Timmons. Is that someone you know?
I do know Austin, and I
assume so by the message.
Actually, I change up my crystals. I don't always carry the same ones. Depending on where I'm going, it might not be crystals. It might actually be a certain oil that I might put on myself, or it might be a certain herb that I put in a bag. After it, like, depending on what type of private client or the clients we go to, what am I going to walk into? Because I go in a lot of times blind. I don't want to know anything until I go in. So this way I know whatever I'm getting, I know what to work with. I can use tourmaline, obsidian, I love Tektite. That with clear quartz makes a very powerful punch. And I use that a lot of times to kind of put a barrier around me, but that's also good to close portals in homes. So so with my light being very bright, I consider myself like a portal. So I want to close that portal up too, so they can't attack me.
Okay. Catherine's on. Hi, Catherine. You should be asleep.
Hi, Catherine. She's supposed to be sleeping.
I know. She must feel sorry for me, so she's staying up with me. That's what it is. Michelle, I've got got a couple more questions for you, and then.
Oh my gosh! Then our surprise.
Yeah. So, how do we understand? Dreams. I think I missed the first bit of the question. Dreams. How do we understand them, and are they part of our cognitive psyche?
Ooh. Oh, yes. I always talk to a lot of people. They say that they have a lot of dreams. They seem very vivid. And it always seems like either they're repeating it or it's adding and it feels real. I always tell people when you start having those, kind of keep a journal. I do it sometimes too, where you're just writing it down. Only the parts you might remember, because in there is a message and it's trying to come across. And of course, it depends on how you're receiving it. But when we're in dream states like that, if you're not used to getting the messages, it's like mishmash. So writing it down, whatever you remember when you first wake up, just write down whatever you remember, and then don't think about it that day. Do it for about a 3 to 5 days, then go back and look at it. And then you might start seeing that it's a continuous thing or there's an actual message.
Okay. Snakes in dreams, what do they mean?
Okay. They can mean two different things. To me, snakes mean sometimes a new beginning because it sheds its skin. And sometimes, and I see them that way. There's a lot of people that think it means there's harm coming to you. Snakes can also mean that you might have someone that's really close to you or you thought was, but actually being the worst enemy behind your back. So depending what else is in the dream, and that's why you would write it down, because there would be a beginning or an end of that dream that would actually kind of help you figure which piece you're going with. A lot of people we see a pit of snakes, they're starting to come out, skin's peeling, and that could mean that you've been through some rough waters and now it's all shedding and it's going to become something new for you.
Okay, that's interesting. I never knew that. One last one. What does it generally mean when you wake up same time nightly? Because it's along the same kind of question. So
I feel, and this is just my opinion, but I do that a lot. And I think that's because somebody's visiting you, might just have enough energy to kind of wake you up, but maybe not enough to give you the message they want. We all get visitors when we're sleeping, because since we are relaxed and our body kind of just opens up our light, that things can come by. And that's when a lot of your loved ones will come by and maybe say a hello to you, or I love you, or kiss you, and things like that. So, but that's my opinion, and that's how I see it, because I get visitors every night at a certain time too. And it's like, really pick a better time.
Okay. So just briefly tell us about your team quickly.
Yes, Riverside, Iowa Paranormal. We are a team with many chapters. We did speak about some of them. We have them, we got Texas, California, Kansas City, Minnesota, Iowa. Everyone, because we have to spread around to help folks, and we do different events at different areas. I do know that tonight our special is you guys get to actually watch the Kansas City chapter. Amazing women. It is all women on this team, which I love. And they're actually in St. Joseph, Missouri tonight doing an event. And if I'm correct, they're going to be going live so everybody can join in and watch them and see how the guests and how they work. So we're not just doing a team investigation. We're also bringing in people from the outside that are part of the event to be part of the investigation here, on the Festival of the Unexplained.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
We love the fact you're part of it, but not only you, but your team as well. And we have waiting in the wings, as they say.
Yes.
The lovely Melissa. And we're going to bring her on. She's probably fed up of listening to us chattering on. Okay. Hello.
Oh, we can't hear you. Is your mic
on? Turn your mic on.
You got to unmute the mic. It's been a day.
Patiently, you see. She probably thought they're ever going to stop talking.
How is everybody?
We're doing wonderful. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Most of the guests are here. I think there's some that haven't maybe shown up yet, but we're just going to get them when they get here. They are in the other room. Christina is about ready to give the history, and then we're going to go in and do an investigation.
Very nice.
So can you tell us anything about the place you're at?
We are in St. Joe, Missouri. This place has been a number of places. It was a home for the friendless. It was a private residence to begin with. Then it was like a home for the friendless. And there's just been a lot of, just really kind of sad things that have happened here. Of course, the owners passed away, and one of the ghosts that is said to be haunting the upstairs between the two wings is the owner. I believe they said her name was Eliza, and she screams, they say. And then there is another ghost of a child that actually bit somebody on their hand when they were in the bathroom.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Now, the part I'm looking most forward to is the basement. There is, they say that is the most active, and there is a man down there that is known to grope the women. So, just kidding. Not looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm really excited. We've got a great group of people here. We've got some people who have returned, people who have done events with us before that are returning. So that's always fun when you get to know the people and you build relationships with them, and it's a lot of fun.
That's good with the energy, isn't it? Because if you're having reoccurring guests, then at least you've got their energies, they know your energies, and they kind of blend better because you've worked with them previously.
Yes. And it's going to be a good night. We're all real excited. You know, we've actually before everybody started arriving, we started hearing like talking, and we thought guests were arriving. And Jamie and Christina came down to let them in, and there was nobody here. So yeah, and then when we were here, we walked into the kitchen with the man who let us in, and he was just kind of telling us a little bit, you know, housekeeping rules and stuff like that. And I walked by the cabinet, and the cabinet opened, and I looked at the guy, and I'm like, oh. I said, and he just kind of reached over and shut it, and I said, do you think that was paranormal? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh. So yeah, it's already moving. We're pretty excited. So I'm gonna walk over while they're doing the while they're getting ready to do the history. And so how do I turn my camera around? Do I hit the cam button?
Do that, or you might have to just turn it. And they have some amazing equipment too, so they'll be able to show everybody the equipment and things like that. What's going? I would just turn the phone. That's an amazing room.
Wow, that is one.
Say hello, everybody.
Oh, hi. You're all live in the UK.
Yes, right on. Okay, so are we?
Yeah, my first time here. Who else?
First time, nice.
Oh, good. So I pulled some really basic history that you can find pretty much.
I'm going to drop off the screen so everybody can hear.
Extra
Are you going to
story.
stay?
You can drop me off. I'm good. Let's leave it all. Melissa, you guys got ready to go. Sending you love and light.
Thank you.
We're dropping our sound off.
Yeah.
We're good.
But I'm here if you need me.
We are
Paranormal,
or the Kansas City chapter. I'm Jamie. I don't think I introduced myself in the kitchen. I'm Jamie.
Either Christina. I'm Wendy.
I'm Melissa.
And we're missing just one other of our gals.
Yeah.
Maddie, she's not here tonight. But
And Maddie usually does this, and she's amazing, and she would have a little printed off piece of paper with the history, but I'm filling in, and I'm just not as good as she is.
I think you're awesome.
Okay, so do you know Beattie Mansion's the section lane known as? The house on the hill, that's right. So it was built in 1854 by Armstrong and Eliza Beattie as their personal residence. The building originally consisted of just the east wing. Do you know where we are currently?
I believe this is the east wing.
Yeah.
This is the old,
Right in here?
and that's the newer, if I recall.
I left my compass at home. Exactly.
Armstrong was the first banker in St. Joseph. He was a shrewd and wealthy businessman. He was first elected mayor in 1857 and would go on to be reelected 4 other times, making him the only person to serve as mayor of St. Joseph 5 times. He died mysteriously in 1878 after, and everything that I've seen has a sudden bout of cholera. Eliza died 2 years later in 1880, and the couple left no heirs. So the home was sold to the Ladies Union Benevolence Association and became a home for the friendless, accommodating the homeless and distressed. In 1895, along with funding from a private family, the home was expanded and the West Wing was built. Also in 1895, the Ladies Union converted the home into the Memorial Home for the Aged, which has served for over 100 years. In 1995, the Ladies Union, in need of more modern facilities for its residents, moved the aged home to another location, and the building was temporarily used as a group home for the mentally ill and substance addicts. It was sold to the current owner in 2004, has sat empty, and the next plans were to turn it into a B&B. That's where I don't know if it's ever.
That's the last I know about it.
That's the last I knew too. So during attempts to renovate the mansion, numerous contractors experienced paranormal activity. So when you were making that comment in the kitchen, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Lee tonight. Contractors and caretakers report hearing disembodied voices, seeing shadow figures, full body apparitions. Sorry, that was Wendy. The most prominent spirit in the house is Eliza, who lurks on the second floor. She guards the hall connecting the east and the west wings. She doesn't like males.
So you guys ready, volunteer
Armstrong has also been discovered pacing the halls, particularly in the east wing, whistling. Second floor near the hallway connecting the two wings is a room housing at least one child spirit who's been captured yelling and laughing.
We heard her this evening.
We sure did. Came downstairs, thought it was guests. Nobody here yet.
We just recently heard banging on a door. I don't know if you heard it while you were in chatting.
Did you hear a big knock on the door?
I did.
That was
There was nobody out there.
Oh, I thought somebody was wanting to come in.
No, there was nobody out there. I even went out there. Nobody.
No, nobody's here.
3 bams on the glass.
So the first floor kitchen seems to be a good hot spot. Variety of activity, various shadow figures of child size, tall male adult sizes seen walking through the kitchen. Down in the basement is perhaps the most haunted floor in the house, they say, housing a darker male entity. He's been walking the hallways connecting the two wings, heard laughing, taunts visitors. There's also a room in the basement on the west wing that houses male figures. Tall man in overalls and a white shirt, he's been described as. And he often peers out the window at the parking lot. Claims of the piano playing various times of the night. Has happened
tonight. Get a little.
Lots of pokes, grabs, scratches. We have been here, what, 2 hours?
Yeah.
We've been here about 2 hours. We've already had voices. We've already seen shadows. We've already had a bang on the door that everybody's experienced.
And we've had doors open, that cabinet door in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, we haven't even gotten started yet, and we're already getting some good stuff, so. Yeah, so there's my
Is this someone's been on?
Elena.
Oh, yeah.
Elena might be coming down.
Okay.
Where's Wayne and Amanda?
They're
Oh.
upstairs too.
Oh, okay.
We are going to take you down to
The West Wing.
the West Wing. And we're gonna just do a little experiment, nothing fancy. We're just gonna pop some people in doorways, turn out the lights, kind of just get you acclimated to the surroundings, get your body in tune with feeling.
I know that since we're a smaller group than expected, I feel a good energy with all of you actually right now. So if we wanted to stay a small, a group together, that would be cool for some things. And then I know that there's gonna be free room later.
Yes, there's
That would be great.
for you around later, but like we just want to kind of, you're experiencing it fun because everyone experiences something different, whether it be touches, pulls, scratches, gut feelings, anything. So, yeah, so we'll be, whenever everyone's ready, you want to use the restroom, everyone know where the restroom is? Yes. Okay, that's
Do we wanna do rules and
yes,
regulations?
rules. So, we like to have everyone on airplane mode for their phones. That way, sometimes your phones can interact with any equipment that we have or anyone else has.
Right.
It can give false readings. We have a rule, claim it or blame it. So basically, our body makes functioning sounds. A little after dinner time, so we'll talk about you. But so you make us, your body makes a sound. But and also no low whispering tones. If you're gonna talk, you can talk at a lower conversation, but it sounds like something else on recording devices. So it'll be easier to detect. Oh, it's the gentleman having a conversation down the hallway. So
We have snacks and drinks, waters and colas and Sprites and things in the fridge.
we'll be taking breaks periodically. If at any time you feel overwhelmed or you just are feeling right about anything, let one of us know. We can get you out of any situation, let you calm down, take all the time you need. We're here for you, so, I'm excited about tonight.
Smoking.
Yes, smoking, all forms outside. No drugs or alcohol. If we suspect or we see drugs or alcohol being used in the facility, we'll have to ask you to leave. I think we're gonna have a problem.
No.
Wendy.
Carol, exactly.
We did the carnival.
So, I hope everyone's excited.
Has anyone ever done anything like this before?
That was gonna be the next question.
I know you have. Have you? And I know you have. I know she has. Have you guys have? Okay, cool, cool.
For me.
David, Dan, Lori, Tammy, Shelley, Carol.
Josie.
Josie, Wayne and Amy are upstairs and Elena is
I answered it.
wondering about having, yep, pay you for much work. You shot mom, I'm a mom, you I might answer. So anyways.
I got a couple of cameras all set up, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can.
Yep. Absolutely. Any,
Pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We suggest taking pictures and such a breeze. That way, if you need to compare those, it's easy to do it that way.
and if you get something, it's helpful to have where, oh, wait, it wasn't there, but oh, boom, here it is there.
Exactly.
So just if you use a flash, make sure you say flash so people can kind of prepare their eyes.
So, if everyone's ready, feel free to use whatever equipment you brought. Just be respectful of others around you. I know everyone's probably brought equipment, but.
So yeah, feel free to set up.
He's got a Boo Bear, so he's excited to use
There
it.
you go.
Huh?
Yeah, so we're gonna.
She did, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so everyone's ready to wander.
Can I ask a question? Is everybody okay with staying as a unit? Is
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
You good? Okay.
Okay. Alrighty, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to go over to the west wing.
Well, I thought I just grabbed the camera. I did it just to do that video.
Okay, so we are going to go over to the west wing of the building and get everybody set up over here. And
Sure, yeah. I don't want to do a little quick
we're going to
video.
do a little session over here to see if we can get anything going over here. So,
Do I need anything?
okay. Hey, Wendy, why don't you get your music box? Okay. We've got different equipment that we're going to use over here. Wendy has a music box that we are going to set up and use. We also, I'm not sure who's bringing what actually, to be honest. Down here.
Well, and I came through, after that, I came back here, and I see somebody's under the back door. And I looked out this window, and there were, it looked like flashes going on in the here. So then I wondered if it was Wayne or Amanda downstairs with a flashlight, but I don't know. But there were definitely flashes.
I thought I saw flashes.
Like bluish flashlights.
Yes, in one of the rooms, one of the windows up in the rooms.
Are they up there with the flashlights, do you think?
There was nobody up there when we were up there, when I saw them. It was when we were coming, I think we were coming downstairs.
Okay.
So
Right. It's cold over here.
it's a little chilly. I'm glad I put my coat back on.
Uh,
Because I got
somebody's
hot.
out there, I'm trying to get them come in. They
You got
shut
hot?
the door, so
Huh?
I don't know.
Well, it may not be, yes. Sometimes they have people like looking in the windows and,
Yeah. You know, they have masks on and ghost things and ribbon.
Ribbon? That's
You
exciting.
found
somebody?
They take the door.
well, I mean, if there's they know that there's an event here, they should come in. If not, then I don't think we should be encouraging.
No, it's too close to Halloween for, yeah, no.
What's in there?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I opened the door.
You guys go right ahead.
Shut the door.
Who?
Oh, the bird's out there.
Yeah.
Just leave. Because I mean, they could just be up here.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be guests, I don't know, but if
Their guests are 4 gals. Is that,
Well,
were there 4
then
gals on the list?
They'll come in if they're guests.
Hi, are you here for the event this evening? Oh, wow. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, more guests. Yay. Okay, so right in here, this is the room. Yeah, I mean, we've still got like clothes hanging in closets and. Wow.
We just got one glove in there. Just wow. You know what? I wondered if they had an extra glove in there.
Sorry, guys, we're trying to get it set up.
No.
Oh, I brought them into the other, down that way. They're in.
Are they still out there?
No, they let them in. Those are the 5 people that were missed.
Okay, good.
Here?
Oh.
Oh, they're all dressed up, so I don't know if they really know what they're getting into. This isn't like a haunted house for you. Oh, so are we gonna
Oh, yeah.
hold off again for a little bit?
We're trying to get them down here so we can get going since we've got a live going.
Place dated back to the 1850s, man. And it's Dan, and our senior professional investigators, Sam, with Sam, 20 years. Pretending to be Sam tonight.
Okay, let's do, let's get everybody to sit in front of a doorway, whether it be closed or opened, unless that freaks you out. Huh? Does it,
Okay, you can stand over there. and I'll
does it
stand
freak
right
you out a
here.
little bit?
Like, stand in the doorway?
Yeah, or you can sit if you want to sit. You can sit.
Not in front of 8, I'm
I'm
standing.
gonna just set my hand.
Okay.
What?
Down.
Wait, so which one of the rooms have the most activity?
There's a lot of rooms, really, that have a lot of activity. This room down here on the end with the light on has a lot of activity. If you want to go down there.
Is
that what you're looking for?
I've been here before, but I thought it was-
Yeah, it's 23.
So this is pretty new.
I need that light to the
I got my Eddie Plus, so I will power it on. Maybe this is good. Or maybe down there would be good to put it.
Oh, no, we don't want to do that.
Wait, so how do you tell when you work? I never used it. How do you know when you?
So that's good for doorways if you get.
Okay,
energy
we are gonna
driven
go
out,
lights
it doesn't
out.
react
You want me to turn this
electricity
light off?
static.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Where's Wendy?
Mine off as soon as I find the button.
I'm sorry, did you want this door?
No, I'm in front of this
Yours is closed though. Here, Lee. You got a door? Oh, he's got that door? Yeah.
Oh, flashlight. No, I can see it up there.
Think you should.
There.
Yours is probably just a closet.
one. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That's not easy. That don't get right.
Used to be a bathroom.
Is it?
Okay. Where's Wendy?
They're getting their
Maybe this is the
five
bathroom.
minutes to show that.
The what? Oh,
I
okay.
didn't see it.
Signed in.
Okay. Do you have anything on?
I have all
Okay, let's do that.
in line, handed any.
What are they looking
We're doing.
for? Lights coming on.
Okay.
It does, pressure.
Oh,
Oh, right.
okay. So we have,
Vibration ball. Yeah. Just don't step on it and break your ankle. Like I did. Not my cat toy.
over here and sit so I can.
These are my grid.
I'm right here on the stairs.
These are my grid. Since we get shadow figures.
Huh?
Is there somebody upstairs?
Yes, I think there's somebody upstairs. I hear voices upstairs.
You do? Footsteps? I just hear voices.
I'm here. I'm
Is there someone upstairs?
There was a couple of husband and wife upstairs.
We're right behind.
Yeah.
Hey, the ball's lighting up.
I'm hearing, huh?
Yeah, I'm hearing voices upstairs. I think they're talking upstairs.
Listen,
Yes.
there's one particular room. found
I just heard take the boom. I heard that too. They step.
Was that you?
See, there's talking somebody upstairs.
Investigate.
I just heard like a boom.
I don't know what it is.
It sounds like there's something up there
I
walking.
just got, it's right here, pressure.
My
Is
my
there
friend
anybody in
here,
this room?
she called it succubus.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I
Yes.
just called it an old lady staring out the window at me
Ooh.
earlier.
Yeah, I'm getting temperature around in this room over here. Oh, you just feel it? Yeah. Did you find it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, another one.
Where?
That ball.
I keep missing it.
There it is.
There it is again. That ball keeps, that cat ball keeps going off.
Yeah, it's really.
No one is anywhere close to touching it.
So can somebody explain the boom upstairs? Is that the boom? There goes, it's off, it's nonstop over here.
Right, I guess they're next to the ball.
Do you like playing with the cat toy? Can you make it light up again? One more time?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you a boy or a girl? Are you a boy?
You want us to go upstairs?
Are you a girl?
Can you make it light up again? Thank you.
Instant, it moved too. I think it
Thank
moved.
you.
Oh, you did think it moved?
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's
Slightly,
moving. I
just
see that
slightly.
too.
It's moving. Can you roll it closer to that chair for us?
That must be the guy that don't like men.
Is it legal?
I guess so. Maybe whoever's talking to him.
Can you make it light up again, please? One more time? Are you done playing? Oh, thank you.
Is it sweetheart? Are you? You are a sweetheart. Are you a boy?
Are you a girl?
No. Are you just a spirit, neutral? There you go. Just a spirit, neutral.
A neutral. You want us to go upstairs? Yes.
Well, we'll go upstairs after a little bit. Oh, that was me. I kicked it.
That's a sweetheart. That's a name.
So there were some. Yeah. Going.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're down the hallway.
Oh, down the hall.
Yeah, they're just down the hallway.
Did you hear that food?
It's okay.
That's
crazy.
nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen one that active.
Hi,
Very
ladies.
active.
Is there any way that that could be going off? Just,
It's
there
vibration.
shouldn't
And
be.
these are going up. We got one here and one over
No,
here.
it really like, unless it's like a
No,
little all the way
it's
forward, like,
awesome. What is it?
Yeah, you're right next to it. It's not going on.
That's, he's just being cooperative.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
There.
No problem.
Wow.
He accepts apology. That's
Something
awesome.
come down here and then some, we have room over on the wall over here. We can just, we're just
I
gonna
have to get
scatter
one
them
of
out.
those for my spirits. I can play.
Oh, who's visiting?
Yeah, we can
That's
have- spirits.
We just got a hit here.
Yeah, there's some cat toys and stuff on the floor, so just.
Oh, those cat toys?
Yeah.
I have to get one for my spirits.
You can,
Blowing right
Oh, it
there.
is blowing.
get them on Amazon. They
They
sell like, or you can get them on Chewy.com.
Okay, it's like they're.
They're cheaper on
From
Chewy,
your
actually.
lights? Oh, okay.
They have whispers in my room. And,
Melissa said to use it, I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah, I told her to bring it over here.
okay, well,
That one's the one.
Maybe we should put it down by that cat ball. Well, I don't know. Is there gonna be too many people?
Yeah, I mean, it has
I think there might be too many people in here. We'll wait on that. I'm sorry, Wendy. The music box.
You wanna hold it?
I think there's too many people.
That gentleman in the doorway right there, man.
Me?
Dan,
Good.
or David,
Oh, you're tall.
you're David.
Sorry.
It feels cold. And I'm like, it's just a drop.
You're
That's
David.
Dan.
That's what I thought. I was
And
like,
then,
wait, no, you're
my
David.
nephew down there's Lee.
I'll have everyone's names memorized by
She's too close to the bone.
Did we lose him?
No, it says she's standing too close to the ball and.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he told me, she's too close to the ball.
Can you make the ball go off again, please? Just one more time.
Yeah. And now you're happy, is it nice now?
That ball is all for you.
If you can just touch it, it'll light up those pretty colors again.
I just got into the hallway. Can you say hi to me?
Oh, that.
Oh, yes. For those who just joined us, we have a claim it or blame it.
We what?
We claim it or blame it. So if your body makes a function, you either claim it or you blame the person standing next to
Claim it or
you.
blame it?
Yep. I blame this all the time.
Yeah.
Do you not want to play no more?
He's around, he's around.
Is it too many people for you? Do we need to spread out somewhere else?
Unless there's somebody other spirit that came in that it's not letting him,
Well, we went upstairs.
sometimes it happens.
Downstairs.
You said earlier you wanted us to go upstairs.
It's downstairs. The basement's downstairs.
No, I'm sorry, the basement's upstairs. Can you do it again, please? Make it ball.
We'll go upstairs if you turn it off.
Do you not want to play with us anymore?
Did somebody just move over there in the corner?
I
Behind
moved.
you?
I moved.
Behind me?
Yes.
Yeah, me.
No,
I did one
no,
down.
Cheryl, no. Carol,
Oh.
it went right past you.
Huh?
Somebody was with you and then it went to your right.
Oh, yeah, it was windy.
It was.
Somebody
Okay,
came in
okay.
the room, somebody came in the room, and somebody-
Sorry.
No, you're
I'll look in the
fine. You're
shadows.
fine. There are a lot of shadows in here tonight.
Yeah,
All right, shadow figures, show yourself.
but that's the thing, when, sometimes some spirits follow others, and, some of the times they get shy. I don't know.
Is there anyone?
Do you want to go in there, Dan?
Which is the room that is very bad?
Like, no, I do not.
Which is the room that is very?
I mean, if you want to go in there, we can.
Put you in there and we can guard the door.
Is that the one that is back? Is that the one that's active?
There's a lot of rooms in here that's
Do you
active.
want to go in there?
Is that one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Then you-
She volunteers as
Thank
student.
you.
Does anybody want to go in 223?
I want to go to the most scariest one.
So you said the
Actually, I would
story
like you
is,
to go into room 23.
That's the scary one?
Yeah.
I'll go in room 23.
said this is Dorothy,
Deborah.
Deborah, 23.
There's two Dianes.
Okay, which is the one that is the scariest one?
Down on the end.
Ruth. Who wanted to go into this room?
I go to room
I'll
three.
throw you three.
Are we in here?
Just sit down and turn off your lights.
Yeah.
Where's Tammy? I know, they just said that anything with these on the doors, if you could just make sure the doors.
Get my water out.
Fine.
Huh?
But it's
I was gonna set this in here and turn it on.
You can go in there and
You could set it up on the,
So what's going on in room 23?
she just wanted to go in there, so she's just kind of hanging out in here to see what she gets.
Okay. Room 25, you wanna go sit in there and hang out? Oh, yeah. No, you're fine. We're just gonna uncongest the hallway.
Yeah.
Carol, you sit right where you're at. Say, gentlemen, if you wanna be in this room together, or wherever you wanna be in the hallway, great.
But I mean, that's different, one hall versus one hall. No demo from you. What's that, before, or now it's what you get in 23. You feeling? No, it's kind of chill, but it's traffic. It's in the corner back down here.
Down there in the other room across the hall.
I have a toy on the table.
So, no, not yet. I just wanted to uncongest the hallway. It was pretty congested, so I wanted to see if we uncongested it. We brought 8 more people in and then shut down.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of get it. So right now, we're just gonna kind of get a feel for like your, feel for your senses. If you're feeling anything, shout it out. If you feel like something's touching you, anything like that, if you're uncomfortable, let us know. We can move you.
Oh, you did? Or something. Oh, sounds like the thing earlier.
Okay.
Really? Yeah. The door, the front door, nothing. Yeah.
So you set up your music box.
Well, you don't hear that big thump upstairs, you know, nobody-
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna go lights out. How's
At some point,
Elena
like,
doing down
I'm
here?
more of my gear, but
I guess she's doing okay.
I guess we're just kind of doing what we're right now.
She was in the closet.
I guess. What they're playing there. Cold already, that's all I know. Just get used to it.
It's gonna get a lot colder.
Yes, I think so.
Nick,
You
Nick,
staying
Nick.
the night? Okay. I was gonna say you play.
She's got Nick.
I stay on here.
Have you? I haven't seen you guys get anything. Last night.
My daughter did.
Alright.
She felt,
Ready?
we were still to leave a room, but to leave.
Is everyone ready to go lights
One
out?
hand on the shoulder and don't look down, don't look up. Of course, she looked down and all kinds of stuff was going in and out of her legs. She
She had something pull on her leg.
Huh.
Alright. Oh, did you pull my
What'd you
jacket?
say, Lee?
No, I did not. My hand is in my pocket.
Oh, somebody just pulled my jacket.
My hand is in my pocket.
Don't get touched. Don't be fresh. Don't touch me. We uncongested the hallway a little bit.
I'm just looking at this little necklace.
I think it's one.
Asked her.
Oh.
Brush that. Because it has been moving.
It looks too heavy to be just a
Yeah, I think he's that right by it, I think.
She could really.
It doesn't.
What is this? Oh, is that gold static?
What's that? Oh, she was in the closet. That's what she was. All right. So we've kind of scattered our friends about in this hallway in random rooms. You want to come back out and play with us? I know we'd really
Did you
love
find
it.
it? Did you see where it is, the ball?
It's over there. I can see it. I know you wanted us to go upstairs with you, but we wanted to play on the main floor for a little bit. We'd like for you to come back and play with us. Can you just touch the little ball again on the floor? Let us know you're back in here with us. It's actually 3 of them.
Oh, there's 2. I picked up one that was in the middle. I didn't want it to get stepped on.
Oh, well, I'm gonna throw one, so we'll play little. Oh, I didn't not roll the play that as it goes. I did that.
No nervous.
Oh, I rolled over on them. Are you afraid of somebody in here? That way you won't play with us?
Thank you.
Who are you afraid of in here? Is
Can-
it some of the men?
Can you roll the ball to the person you're afraid of?
It's me.
Can you light it up again? One more time?
That was me. Scared myself.
Can you light the ball up again? So we know you're here?
They didn't move the other one down here, moved it a little bit down here.
Is there everybody in here?
Yeah, well, no, we have Elena and,
Because I thought I keep hearing walking upstairs.
everyone's here. Everyone's at that's our guest is in this.
Okay.
I can't tell whether it's up front or upstairs.
Yeah, I keep hearing like a stomping above me.
We've heard some voices too. I just heard more voices.
That could be the ones down in the end in this room.
No, is there a fan going on?
And where? In the hallway?
Uh-huh.
No.
Because one of the lights is moving.
Yes, it is.
Yes, there's.
Okay,
But it's not on.
no, but it's
It's
a
moving
two-way,
right
so
now.
Oh.
you can turn the fan on and light.
It's swinging pretty good right
Yeah,
now.
it is. Well, I saw something like shoot across, so I was like wondering if the fan was on.
If you're upstairs, why don't you come down here and join us?
You don't hurry, the party's gonna start without you.
Was that somebody knocking over here?
No.
Not me.
Can you knock louder? Like this?
That was you? Right.
I heard something.
There's somebody moving down
It's
there.
her down in the, she's in the closet. And then
It is for the- yeah.
Can you light up the cat toy one more time? This will be the last time we have you light it up.
That was me.
We'll move on to something else. What?
Almost like a clock.
You heard that too, some chatter.
One more time. Light up that cat toy one more time, and we'll leave it alone.
If you do it, we'll go upstairs. We can play upstairs.
Food steps upstairs.
I have some balloons that I put lights in that you can play with. Does that sound like more fun to do than a cat toy?
It's being very light.
All you gotta do is tap that little ball. There's two of them. You can tap either one.
That was me. That was my tummy.
It's not me.
Do you have other friends that would want to come in here and play with us? You don't have to come in here by yourself.
You can try that.
I'm trying to figure out
Yeah. I mean, I can't do it from my phone, but if somebody else wants to use their phone, that's fine. Hey, what if we tried to play like Camptown Races or something like that? Camptown Races, like a kid's song to maybe.
Camptown,
Yeah, like maybe play that song.
Let's see. Is that what you want? You want a song?
Yeah, let's try a song.
I could play you a song. Like these songs of my time. No, I was kidding.
Oh, I think we should play Baby Shark.
No. Hold on.
Back then, the film said she.
The kids version of it. Oh wait. Here's a holiday version. You can turn this on. Piano. Yeah.
There's something up there. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna set it at the top of the steps or something.
Okay.
Moving around.
Okay. Yeah, there is. There definitely is something that they're moving around.
Feel free to dance if you want to dance.
What's that?
Jamie's playing music.
Yeah, that's what I'm bringing out here for you. If you're up here, all you gotta do.
This music you used to listen to?
I mean, that's.
It's going off.
Another ball right here.
We did that, so we take it.
Yeah, Jamie did. What are you playing?
It's the instrumental version of the song.
That's terrible.
Yeah. That was the ball.
That's the Muzak version.
For sure, that's not any cancer. Okay, all right, let's regroup because obviously they don't want nothing. we're gonna go upstairs. They wanted us to go upstairs earlier.
No.
No, what?
Okay.
Anything?
Are you ladies all right down there? Yeah. I'm sorry. It was me, it was my dad.
Jazzercising.
We found some on YouTube earlier of the one.
What is that, bugs?
Oh, it's here.
Tammy, don't forget that ball's right behind you. Don't trip. Is Deborah here? Deborah. Deborah, we heard a story of you and being seen in the bathroom, being sad. Someone go stand in the bathroom with Deborah? Deborah, we heard that the water was red, rusty.
Right here?
Here, we'll put you in the bathroom. No, we'll just stand you right here.
No, I'm gonna go in.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. We are now having the lovely Michelle back with us. And she's got a couple of extra guests. Hello.
Hello. I've got all of them back here. I'm going to make them actually sit front and center to introduce themselves.
Oh, that's make them work, Michelle. Make them work.
Right?
I want a pay raise.
Where's my raise? So we are going to actually start with Derek, and Derek can tell you a little bit about himself. Okay.
I've got a new co-host.
I see. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Don't look so scared. I'm not that.
You put me up first.
Oh, bless
go
you.
last.
Go first, get it out of
No.
the way. So tell everybody your name and some information about you, please.
My name is Derek, and I'm a psychic medium. I work alongside Michelle.
And how long have you been part of the team, Derek?
It's been a year now.
Oh, so not long. Were you part of a team before this one?
No.
Oh, so it's new. Well, it's kind of new. It's been a year. He's nervous now. He's like, stop talking to me. I'm going to move on now.
Alrighty.
Like, he's next in the hot seat. He's like, come on.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you all doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Good.
Middle of the night, but we're going strong.
Hey, that's good. My name is Kelly. I'm the co-founder of Riverside, Iowa Paranormal.
Oh, nice to meet you. As it's all about your team tonight.
Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you too. I am a sensitive Reiki master energy healer.
Oh.
Yeah. And a paranormal. Yeah, paranormal.
And you're a PMO.
Leave it to me, you know.
Hey, I've got an excuse. It's the middle of the night for me. I don't know about you. What's yours?
It's 10 o'clock. Well, actually, it's 9:30 at night. But I'm also a paranormal researcher too. So, yeah. So
Lovely to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you too. Finally, I've seen you. I've seen some of your the videos. I've watched them, and it is real. Yeah. Whatever. I can't even talk tonight.
That should be me. It's nearly 2:30 in the morning. I've been on since like 9:45 yesterday morning.
Yeah. Well,
but we'll let you off.
So okay. Well, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
Good.
Candy.
Hi.
Hi.
The one you've been getting all the comments from.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I get my raise now, right, Michelle?
Yes, you do.
Ah, this is Candy.
If I move up in front of the camera, I get my raise.
So you're famous in this house. What are you doing about this raise? My husband here is now commenting on the lives. Can I get a raise too? No.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'm a paranormal researcher, and then I do the event and marketing coordinating for Michelle for the team.
Well, it's lovely to finally meet you.
Yes, nice to finally meet you.
You do a fantastic job, but you're still not getting a raise.
What are you
We'll see
breakfast
about
like?
that. We'll see. Your husband and I, we need to have a talk after this, and we'll get our raises.
Still no.
Ready, Bill?
Oh, there's more. They just keep coming.
Got to move a chair.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I like the beard, man. Nice job.
I was gonna say, I thought I got rid of it well.
I've been married twice. I'm not doing that conversation. I am Bill. I'm one of the paranormal researchers. I'm also Kelly's husband, and Michelle's paranormal husband, and Candy's paranormal husband, and there's too many to go from. I also do a lot of the research for new equipment, building new equipment, trying out experiments, see how dangerous I can make our house at home. Just to see if I can blow stuff up in my lab. Whatever. So that's me.
Well, hold on, stay there. So, do you build equipment?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you make your own builds? Do you make new equipment, new stuff?
A lot of
your
times,
own designs.
Yes, actually, I designed I have a problem with an EMF detector.
Okay.
So, an EMF detector, if it's held, and I'm going to use this remote. You hold, most people hold the EMF detector going like this, little lights on the front, they watch it. The problem is most of the sensing on the EMF detector is actually across the bottom. You should hold it straight up and down. That's what it was made to do. So I actually didn't like the design of it as well. I wanted something that kind of would do 360 degrees all the way around.
Okay, hold on, Bill. Is there anything you did like about it?
The lights were pretty.
I love it.
One of the balls.
Yeah.
The,
Oh, yeah. Just show them that.
So
carry on. Sorry, I had to ask.
So I took the EMF detector and built a pyramid.
Oh wow!
So when you turn it on, it instead of just there's your individual blue light that comes on when you first turn an EMF detector on, and then I built the lights around the outside, and they're trying to find something that'll set this off. Got it. Okay. But I build it so that it senses on 3 sides. I wanted to build a round one so I could do a 360 degree, but this was for what I had, this was I feel was the best. I can tell you which way whatever's coming closer to us, I can tell you which way it's coming from now. What's that?
Bit like a periscope.
Yeah, a bit like a periscope, other than the fact that the sensors sit sideways here, so that long sensor is actually right here sensing outward this way. Yeah. Is that going to do it? Okay, hold on.
Let's see if this one does it.
So, let me break. Well, I'm going to work on. Didn't work. That battery's almost dead. Go to this one. So, it will sense and light up in all directions and tell you which way it's actually coming from.
Yeah, I like that.
That's cool.
I work on a lot of experiments of taking theories that other people have made, trying to utilize multiple sources of lights like infrared and UV, and mixing them with sound waves to see if that gives energy off. Putting an infrared camera above it and taking photos or video to see if we get more movement down in a room or whatever.
Cool.
So,
talk about Rob and what you guys did.
and
with
we
this.
have another gentleman that works with us. Little friend.
Penelope.
A unicorn.
Everyone has to have a unicorn.
This is Penelope. Is she turned on already?
Yes.
Okay, Penelope was the closest thing to an EMF detector with a REM pod all built in. So if something touches her, she plays a tune.
Not just the beats.
Not the beeps, but let's see if she'll go off.
I like it.
So,
that's cool. He's thinking, is it ever going to stop now?
So we like to take ideas. We have a bunch of new ideas in the works right now. I'm working with Rob on everything from heat sensing to infrared to motion, mixing it all together to try to make something that can be utilized to kind of give you not just the experience, but to see something moving down a hallway or moving in a room along the edge of a wall. There's so many ideas that I lost my hair because of these ideas.
Oh, right, okay, that makes total sense.
That's where it went.
Yeah.
And this was like dark brown last year. Just kidding. It's been white for a long time. So that's me. That's what I do. And I also do whatever Michelle tells me, and I don't get a raise either.
And you don't get a raise either.
Well, welcome to my world.
No kidding. You're standing here laughing at me.
Why don't you tell them the wonderful story when we were at Edinburgh?
I don't like you.
I know. But it's an amazing story because
you know what I know.
Now
She's in the background. Like, do this, do that. She sounds just like me.
So we were at Edinburgh Manor here in Iowa, and it started off as a work farm, became a what do you call it?
Asylum.
An asylum, and then it turned into an old folks home. Down in the basement, I always take people, when we take groups of people on tours, the very first thing I always like to do is take people with the lights on, walking them through an area so I can tell them, this isn't safe over here. I'd prefer you not to go over there. You can go over there, but you're taking it at your own risk. Try to give them the idea and the layout so they know what's going on in there. And Michelle was walking with me and a group of 10 people. And I've gotten so used to walking in that building that I'll walk backwards down the hallway. I don't do it in the dark. I don't care. And all of a sudden I'm pointing out, this is a room that the Joker likes to hang out with, because that's the gentleman who they say is always there. And this is the kitchen. And as I went to turn to kind of point to another one, Michelle goes, Bill, stop. There's something in that next doorway. Now, I want every guy watching this to band together with me on this. You're walking down a hallway and somebody tells you there's something in the room next to you. You have a flashlight in your hand. What's the first thing you do? You look. And that's what I did.
Yeah. You're going to look. Of course you're going to look.
I turned the flashlight and looked. I'm 6'2". I'm not a small guy. The doorways are usually about that much above my head. And the only way I can describe what I saw was, if you've ever seen the movie Phantasm, the old 60s, 50s, 60s movie, if you maybe 70s, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because the Undertaker.
What was it called again? Because I wasn't even I wasn't anything back then. I wasn't even alive. I wasn't even thought of. I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye or anything at that point.
Listen, just because it's gray doesn't mean I was around too, lady. Okay?
I'm not saying you were. I'm just saying that's before my time. That's all.
It's called Phantasm.
Okay, I'm writing it down. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. The Undertaker in Phantasm is the only way I can describe what I saw. Because I turned to my right, flashlight up, and was literally, I was taking the flashlight and shining it up to his face. He was taller than the doorway, and he was looking down at me like this.
Wow.
He was right in my face. I remember my flashlight going one way down the hallway, me dropping to my knees and wondering, do I need to change my shorts? And then I look back at the group in the hallway, and every one of the people in the hallway was pushed up against the wall. It was just like somebody, they came through and separated them, and they all remember the feeling on their chest of being pushed into that direction. So I blame Michelle for my very first scare.
You blame Michelle for your first scare.
And I didn't even get paid for it.
Okay, are we back on that now? I'll say, so moving on swiftly.
Okay.
No more talking about the rays.
Fine. We won't talk about the rays anymore.
Okay. So sorry, Michelle, you just stay there in the background just for a second. Like, you know, we're having a great conversation. You can come back in a minute. So, what was your first experience you had?
For me?
Yeah, for you. Wow. Or your most memorable, apart from, if you've got another memorable one apart from that one. Is that easier?
I got in the Sally house in Atchison, Kansas. I had a piece of a brick thrown at my head.
What?
Missouri State Penitentiary. I got locked in the gas chamber and left there. And that's a weird feeling all in its own right. It's the gas chamber. If you're sitting in a chair in a gas chamber and they shut the door to the gas chamber and then shut all the lights off in the rest of the building and shut the door and leave you and lock you in, it's an eerie feeling. My most memorable, honestly, would have to be the oh god, I can see it. I
talk about the experience and I'll give you the name.
It was in Atchison at the McIntyre Villa. It wasn't so much of an experience as it was a feeling of constantly somebody telling you you're doing something wrong. Oh. When I sat down at the piano at McIntyre and just two fingers on the piano, and it was that constant feeling of, you remember the old teachers that would smack your fingers with a ruler and tell you you're doing something wrong? That's what I felt.
That was illegal when I was in school.
Okay, so the gray hair does mean I'm old. But that's the
not
feeling
what I'm saying.
That's the feeling I got. I got the feeling of something was telling me I'm doing this wrong. You're not supposed to do that. And then it was that overwhelming sense of a feeling of, get up, you're done. And the minute I got up, it all stopped.
Oh, wow. What about the ladies? Can we ask the same question to them?
See you.
I thought I grilled him enough, but I thought, I'll just see how far I can push him before he hits the point of, please let me leave now.
Yeah, that's true. So, my most memorable one, I think is when I was at Missouri State Penitentiary. Actually, there's two of them there. One is we were getting a tour and we were down in down in the psych ward, and I saw out of the corner of my eye something black, and come to find out they're called crawlers.
Oh,
yeah, and it scared me, and I was like, oh. And then we were doing an event down in the psych ward again, and all of a sudden I got jumped by some spirit, and the words coming out of my mouth, I don't remember it, but Bill and Michelle was saying that that the only people who would know that would be the old inmates that were there and the guards that was there. And then Michelle touched my arm and I came out of it.
Oh,
yeah.
So I'm going to jump in because the words coming out of her mouth at the time Well, the stuff that she was actually saying was not only just stuff the guards would have, well, the inmates would have known, but she was saying numbers and like almost code that only the guards would have known.
Oh.
And they hadn't used in the prison even when it was open for 50 years, 60 years. So whatever it was just coding that was used down in the psych area. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's about it for me. You know, because I have to stay shut down because being a sensitive, I feel everybody's emotions, so I can't do that because then I'd be going, ugh, you know. So, but no, I'll let someone else do that now.
What? I love this. It's like the musical hot seat. It's like, oh, what hill can I grill next?
So let's see. Mine would probably, I have two of them. The first would have been, we were at Edinburgh Manor, and I was still kind of a big time skeptic, you know, didn't believe in a bunch of it, called it hocus pocus. And they put me in a hospital. I call it a hospital bed, a mechanical bed that was in there. And I'm in the bed and I'm feeling like something grabbing at me. And one of the team members was there and was describing to me exactly what I was, you know, as I'm feeling it, describing what I was feeling. And they took me out of the bed, put someone else in the bed, sat me next to the bed. And I felt like hands coming up around my throat. And I'm like, okay, that was enough. And we stopped it. And he's like, yeah, this is what was happening. Comes to find out, Michelle confirmed it. I guess I looked like a person that was it raped and murdered.
Wow.
So they were trying to reenact that with me. And the other one was with Michelle. We were at an event and Michelle, Derek, and one of the other team psychics were in a room and they kept getting pulled outside. So we all go outside. And I normally don't get the seeing all the feeling that they do. I'm more the equipment type person. And Michelle goes, oh, get ready. You're going to start feeling things. All of a sudden, I felt like something going around my neck and just really sad. And it came to turn out, and correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, a man got hung right there. And I was getting all that sadness, everything he felt. And I've never had anything like that before. So.
Wow. That must have been quite a scary experience.
Yeah.
And finding out after what
Jerry
actually
said, I looked at, because Derek is my husband, I looked at him and I looked at Michelle and I said, okay, I don't ever want to see and feel what you guys do. I'll stick with doing it my way.
Stick to Kit.
So Michelle's kind of like, I blame Michelle for all of this.
Yes.
Because she's always there. She's the common denominator. So I think everything's her fault. Just
Everything's Michelle's fault. But that's a good thing, because otherwise we wouldn't have this wonderful family we have. Yeah.
Well, that's good, because that's how it should be.
Yeah.
The fact that you all get on and, you know, and that's how it should be. Build the energy. It's like Michelle and I talked about energy and everything earlier. If you've got the right energy to put out there, then you'll get something back.
Oh, she's amazing. One of the best things that's ever happened is her coming into my life. So
yeah, you're still not getting a raise. Just saying.
I didn't bring it up.
It's a good try, though.
I didn't bring it up. I love it.
Okay.
I had to get that one in.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Hi,
Hello. Probably my most spooky one is we were at a cemetery, Candy and I. It's called I can't remember the name of it. Mars Hill Cemetery. And I knelt down by a grave. When I knelt down, I just felt extremely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I kind of just stood up. We did video chat with Michelle. And
See, Michelle again. See, every
Yeah.
time it's always Michelle's fault.
we did a video chat with her, and she could tell that there was something wrong with me. So stand up, start going to the car, and I just felt weird. It felt off and not quite comfortable. During that time, I had been jumped,
Wow.
and I really didn't know I was being jumped, but I just felt horrible and stuff like that. The only way I was able to get rid of it is to cleanse myself. And
Yeah.
do the lavender bath and Epsom salts.
Wow.
Probably my scariest.
Bless you. So who we got left? Michelle?
Yes. So I was with myself.
Wait. I will bet you a lot of money that whatever event or thing she's going to talk about was her fault.
I'm just, I love you to bits. You know that. I love talking to you. But I'm not being funny. You do tend to be there every time. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah.
And you weren't even supposed to be at the other one. Yeah, that was just a video chat. So it's obviously your fault.
It is.
He was jumped because you weren't there.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, listen, she's in for that raise again.
Yeah, she is. It's not happening.
I know.
Give
it up. Give it up.
I gotta get my nails done. It doesn't work. I gotta say, so earlier when we spoke, I was telling you about the person that came to an event because they were thinking about killing themselves.
Yes.
So we have spoken in the past about how I see the dead, the spirits. I see them at the moment of their death and how it happened. We were at that event and we were in the basement and things were going on, and all of a sudden some loved ones came through and we were talking about it. And I ended up going to a different person, and it was a young gentleman, and I kept seeing this guy by him, and I said, he's just saying, please keep an open mind, keep your ears open, because he's going to have a message for you, but I'm not sure when. And I was getting really confused because I kept looking at this person standing next to him going, I seen a gunshot, but I was like, I've seen this person somewhere. And it was one of those, like, I know you. Well, then all of a sudden, Bill had said, Michelle, you need to take this guest upstairs. As we got to the light, I looked, it was that guest I was seeing dead already.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, that's never happened to me. And I wasn't sure what was going on. I'm like, starting to really feel uncomfortable. And as I was talking to this guest, all of a sudden I was in the light, but I was pushing in the light and I didn't know who I was pushing out of the light. I kept pushing and pushing. Then all of a sudden my voice changed and I started talking to this guest. And that's when I knew that guest was going to kill himself or try.
Wow.
And that's when the whole story came out. So, not having like that ever do, because something took me to the other side to stop this person. And that's when the whole story came out of wanting to know if they were going to be trapped. I think that was the first time I didn't have control of anything, that it made me really ill. It had me really confused. But now my abilities have kind of changed, that there's times that I'm seeing that I keep ending up in that light, seeing certain people prior to it. And it happened again before somebody passed away, but it turned out to be a good thing because I was able to get, and actually I'm going to call Candy out telling her to have her mother get to the hospital right away, that she needed his brother, right?
Her brother, yeah.
Her
was at
brother.
at his house.
I kept seeing this gentleman come, and I was in the light with him, and he was talking, and he needed to hear her now. And I kept going, why am I going to the light? I thought something was going to happen to me. And
well, surely your initial instant, that's what you're going to think, isn't it? Straight away. Of course you are.
I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? And I was telling her, I seen like the number 7. And she goes, well, she didn't want to go because he doesn't hear her. And I'm like, no, he hears her. He needs to feel her. And so her mother trusted enough to do it. The kids were there. And at 7:15, right, he took his last breath and was able to move on. And I was watching him. Candy couldn't make it. So I told Candy, don't be scared. You have Derek, but he's coming to your house because he needs to give you a message. And I told Derek to listen. And he gave Derek that message. He passed it on. And then they could tell when he finally left. And I was watching him get guided.
Wow.
That freaked me out. But it turned out to be a beautiful story because they were able to all say their final goodbyes and not have any guilt. So
yeah, it's the thing is, things like that are really rewarding, aren't they? It's people think that it's just about giving messages, just giving readings, and and all that sort. But it isn't. There's so much more to it that people don't realize.
Yeah.
But so much more, like you were talking about earlier, about helping the living and the passed on, or the in limbo.
Yes. And that's the thing. It really scared me because, when you first get you have the abilities. I mean, I had it as a child. You're scared as a child, but then as you're growing into it, you kind of learn how to navigate with it and know what to do for yourself. But those moments, I was no control. It was like something from the light took over me to do it, and not having that control, it terrified me.
Wow, I should imagine it did.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite scary. Scary, but interesting at the same time, but quite frightening as well, I should imagine. And I suppose I can see why something like that would stick with you and never leave you. And it is going to be, and it's also, it was a way you used your gift as well, because you help people you knew.
Yes.
You help a lot of people you don't know and come to you for help. So to help someone that must have been one heck of a feeling.
It was. It was like my heart was breaking, but at the same time, I felt like a rejoicing almost, because I didn't think of it as except I helped someone that I, care for. But at the same time, there was an inside of, okay, maybe this will be the family that's not going to be at like a funeral going, God, I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have said that. They were able to do all that before that last breath, even though he couldn't respond, he knew. And he was like telling me he heard them all and he felt them. And that was the first time I felt like I did something super amazing.
Oh,
so.
Well, we've taken up so much more of your time this evening. This morning. This evening for you, this morning for me. For us, I should say. I just want to say thank you to you and your team that did the investigation for us also, the other members of your team. You okay?
You guys all say hi.
Bye.
Bye. Hi.
Where's Bill? Here he is. I think we just need to give him his own slot, don't we? We just need to get Bill on and have a chat.
Get him on the live chat. He'll be able to do it.
Right, that's it, Michelle. You got to hook me up with Bill so we can get him on for a chat now.
I will.
And I'm sure we may even get Eddie to come on and actually have a chat with Bill. You never know.
That would be fun.
And this is the first live, even though he hasn't said much because I don't let him get a word in edgeways. This is the first live he has ever done with me. He never ever does them ever.
Well, he's hooked now. Now he'll come back on, especially if Phil comes on. They can talk about building things.
Demand that raise.
I feel so special right now. I'm glad you could join me at this event and be part of my day.
Oh, you froze.
Good. You got. Oh, I'm back.
You're back. You froze then. It was all I got was good. That's all I heard.
Because you're good. Thank you for having us being part of this. It was amazing. I've been following it during the day. You guys have done a fabulous job. And I'm excited that we were able to be part of it.
Well, thank you very much. I believe this is Dennis. This is the one that's been co-hosting with me most of the day. He said, I know how you feel, Eddie, speechless. I don't know what they're trying to say about me.
I have no clue.
No, I really don't understand what that comment meant. I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm so confused by it. I have no idea what he's trying to say.
After 7 years, I've no idea.
Well, we all from Riverside, Iowa Paranormal want to send you guys lots of love and light. And we adore you and thank you for having us be part of the Festival of the Unexplained.
And I didn't pay her to say that, just so everyone knows.
No.
And no raise.
Thank you, Michelle. You're an absolute star. And thank you to all of your team.
Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Bill, we're hooking up, my friends.
I will get you hooked up.
Paranormal, obviously live chatting. That sounded really wrong. We're hooking up. I just realized what I said. It took me a minute to realize what I said.
Now she's pimping things.
Don't worry, Michelle. I do that too. It's fine. You can do it.
Me too.
When they don't belong to you and they're the team, it's fine. You can do it. Don't worry about it.
Got it.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, I want to say thank you very much for those of you that have stuck with us throughout the night. We are having a few technical problems at the moment. So we may not have another live for you until 4 because we're having a few problems. We will be back with you then with Richard Easter. I had to think about that for a minute. I just want to say thank you all for watching all day and all night. And you will see me later on this morning. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.